Hello. Hey, it's a nice sunny day here in Cedar Rapids. I had a fun time sitting on the couch last night playing this little SG Junior with the single P90. Double cutaway, nice thick neck. This is from the 90s, a reissue. But I had a thought this morning about something my students talk about a lot. If they get a little frustrated with something, maybe a bar chord or a little bit of a reach, they always say, or often, my hand is too small. And I'm like, I don't know what to say about that, because what can I do? But I can reassure you that I have pretty, I don't know, I don't really go around measuring my hands, but do I have a ruler? Yeah, here's a little one here. I don't know. Well, here's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 from here to there. But my fingers are not big and thick. Hand size, in my opinion, it's worse if your hands are too big. That's where your fingers are going to have trouble pressing down on a single string, and the thickness is going to touch the adjacent strings. So having kind of slender fingers, you can go in and touch that string without bothering the neighboring strings. Especially with like a chord, when you have to fit maybe all your fingers onto one chord shape. They have to all come down. Check this out. Think of your finger tip as like a pencil eraser. It's got to come down and touch that string without affecting its neighbors. So all your fingers have to be kind of like a pencil eraser, just precisely on the string without touching the neighboring strings. So as far as stretching and reaching, I have a theory that I started, since I started when I was about 14, practicing a lot. My fingers just kind of got used to maybe stretching a little bit. If you're older and you haven't stretched, it's going to be probably a lot more effort and time. But, I always work on that dexterity and just, 4 fingers, 4 frets or more, 5 fingers, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4 frets, 5 frets, 6 frets, 7 frets, 8 frets, 9 frets. Let's see if I can get sound. I probably wouldn't call that a hot lick. Just for example, my little tiny hands are pretty limber. I don't have any arthritis that I can tell. Even though I'm not that fast, at least I can, I call it sneaky snake, and I can just sort of get my fingers where they need to go. It's not going to set any speed record, but, every night, I always, after teaching, I always sit on the couch and just work patterns and scales. That's the good old chromatic. That might be a good warm-up just for... And I'm trying to use my fingertips, the good old 4 frets, and open. Just as well get the open string. I have a book called, what is that? Something about guitar exercises. It's kind of guitar calisthenics. Let me just grab it. Hang on. This is kind of fun. Where is it? There. Here. Yeah. Guitar fitness. Which this is kind of an absurd book. It's how many pages? Like 80 pages of patterns in the first 4 frets. There's 200 exercises, all based on what I just did on the 4 frets, Maybe we need 200 patterns, but it's stuff like guitar fitness. Oh heck, let me just. They are strange. Let me try. I'm just gonna jump to like number 11 just for fun. So it says 3, 2, 4, 1. They sound wonderful. I'm gonna try number 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bizarre. Now I'll try. I guess I never made it that far. I should give the book a chance. They sound great. Oh, I don't know. Guitar fitness. Something to think about. I'm not really promoting this book. So I'm going to put it over there. I would recommend maybe just scales are a little better, aren't they? Oh. See how I'm working my way up the neck? I'm just kind of doing my thing. I'm not really, some strict pattern or, I'm just shifting when I want to shift. Shift. Oh. Shift. Shift. Oh. I'm not saying that's the perfect method, but shifting up the neck is more interesting to me as opposed to 200 exercises. I don't know. I should give it a try. I'm being negative, but I try to protect. I wouldn't really recommend to somebody I cared about, like, you must play through that book, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't, but still, I'm trying to keep an open mind. So as far as hand size, try not to worry about it. Just kind of look at your hand and try to understand it. Like, hey, I'll just sit around and kind of marvel at, like, hey, I can still do that. I can still stretch. I can bring it in. I've known people with hand injuries. Okay, here's a story. I had a student who I love my students. This poor guy, he was a mechanic. He's like, okay, comes in and goes, I broke every bone in my hands. He says, this is all I can do. Can you help me play guitar? I'm like, of course, I would never give up on anybody. So I said, yes, I can help you. He couldn't do much, unfortunately. So I feel bad about that. But, maybe he should have got a slide or something. We probably talked about that, but he could have put a slide on and could have played some Hawaiian music or something, All right. So I'm just kind of having fun today, but yeah, just take care of your hands. I've done a lot of crazy stuff and never broken anything in my hands and never lost any fingers or got not too many bad cuts on my hands or any damages. So, let me know what you think about your hand size. Do you think about it a lot? Is it an issue? Or is it, I suspect a lot of it's in our minds. And it's mostly more of just like get your hands on your guitar and play and stretch. And just work on those fingertips. The tips being right on the string, and don't press so hard. You don't have to press crazy hard. I used to really think you had to nail it so hard, and I had a lot of tension. If you've got tension in your arm, you got to lighten that up. Just keep it loose in your fretting hand and probably your picking hand and everywhere. Keep it kind of loose unless you need to tense up for a certain thing. try to keep it kind of, be aware of tension in your body. All right, there you go. Good way to start the day. Thanks for letting me do this. Take care.